Hey everyone, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into an absolutely gorgeous piece of cinematic storytelling called The Urban Garden: A Journey of Intentional Living. It's a stunning 4K short film that tackles a feeling I think a lot of us know all too well, which is modern burnout. So let's explore exactly how it uses cinematography to walk us through a rather intense but ultimately beautiful life transformation. So let me ask you this. Are digital screens leaving you feeling totally overwhelmed and frankly disconnected? It's a heavy question, right? But it absolutely nails that opening emotional state of burnout this film captures so perfectly. If you've ever felt that intense end of the week screen fatigue, well, this journey is definitely going to resonate with you. All right, let's jump straight into part one, the cold urban reality. Right out of the gate, the film stacks these intense sensory details to build a feeling of complete isolation. I mean, picture a deeply cluttered urban workspace, constantly lit up by the harsh, unyielding glare of digital screens. By using this washed-out gray color palette and really cold, moody lighting, the filmmakers deliberately strip all the joy right out of the scene. And the result? A protagonist who is just intensely overwhelmed and completely disconnected from the world around them. Now, the technical choices here are literally a game changer. The short is shot in stunning 4K, and it's completely photorealistic, meaning the media is so incredibly detailed, it looks exactly like a real-life photograph. And because that cold, gray workspace feels so hyper-real, the urban stress just becomes intensely palpable. You're not just passively watching from the sidelines, you're visually trapped right there in that claustrophobic reality with them. It really cranks up that desire to just escape. Which brings us to the turning point in part two, a warm, natural shift. Here is where things get really fascinating. The filmmakers actually map the protagonist's internal emotional journey directly onto the physical environment. Think about that cold, moody lighting, the gray tones, and that total disconnection we just talked about. And contrast that against bright, warm, vibrant colors in a lush, natural setting. As the character's mindset shifts away from the digital world, the literal lighting of their world starts to warm up. It's just a brilliant way to visually communicate a profound psychological shift. This shift transports us to a totally new vibe, a serene community garden. Those oppressive, claustrophobic gray tones from The Office are completely physically replaced. Now the colors are vibrant, they're natural, and they're incredibly rich. It is a massive breath of fresh air delivered entirely through visual storytelling. Finally, you can feel the healing process kicking in. So how does the protagonist actually escape all that digital overwhelm? Well, it's about grounding themselves in the physical world through three very tactile steps. Step one, working with their hands. Step two, planting seeds. And step three, genuinely interacting with nature. Actually feeling the dirt and taking deliberate physical action is the exact literal opposite of frantically doom scrolling on a smooth glass screen. It forces the character right back into the present moment. And that leads us to our final emotional takeaway, part three, the intentional living resolution. The final scene captures this beautiful moment of what the source perfectly describes as deep peace and genuine connection. Actually, really think about that phrase for a second, genuine connection. At the start, our protagonist was completely surrounded by screens, yet entirely alone. But now, they've achieved this authentic, real interaction with others. This is the absolute climax of their transformation. They haven't just grown a few plants, they've completely regrown their connection to humanity. Ultimately, the film beautifully illustrates the power of slowing down to find meaning in simple, intentional living. It makes this incredibly strong visual argument. You know, sometimes the absolute best way to upgrade our lives isn't by downloading more apps or buying a faster smartphone. It's about actively choosing a deliberate offline existence. And that leaves us with one final, provocative question to chew on. How will you slow down and find your own urban garden amidst your cluttered routine today? You definitely don't need a massive plot of land to apply this lesson. Honestly, maybe it's just leaving your phone in another room for an hour or going for a quiet walk, just finding that intentional space. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. And hey, keep seeking out those moments of genuine connection.